Okay, so we are finally doing this. Hello guys, this is Honest Thoughts and today we are going to talk about Overlord. After a long break, I've come back and today I'm going to suggest you, in my opinion, which is possibly the best Isekai anime I have ever watched. So let's just go into it. If you're anything like me, you were really skeptical of Overlord. So the show is an Isekai anime, and as you know, the Isekai anime genre is already very saturated and nobody likes them anymore. They are cliched and they have a lot of problems. But Overlord was a real good surprise for me. Okay, the main character is a leech, which is one of the reasons that this show has stayed away from the harem genre, and it's supposed to be a villain's power fantasy. I can relate to this much more than a hero being like all powerful and defeating villains altogether. Villains are supposed to be powerful in the back of our mind. We think of villains as all powerful beings who the hero triumphs over. But in this case, we are not following the journey of a hero, we are following the journey of a villain. So, Momonga is our main protagonist, and he has been trapped in a MMORPG style game. He and the NPCs created by his friends were transported to a different world after the MMORPG shutdown, the old classic fairy tale which every isekai anime adapts. But how this show, Overlord, differentiates itself from every other isekai is its character and narrative style. So what I like about Overlord really, very much is the characters. Okay, so Ainz Ooal Gown, Albedo, every single gatekeeper in the Tomb of Nazareth. Okay, they're all very good characters, and the secondary cast of this show is absolutely beautiful. They keep the story moving. Let me give you an example. In the second season, we follow the Lizard Man arc, and many people, I don't know why, didn't like this arc, but this solidified the position of Overlord for me. We don't follow our main characters, any of the main guys from Nazareth or any of the characters we have met in the season 1. We follow a tribe of the Lizard Men, where we follow the journey of a hero who tries to gather all the 4 broken tribes to fight against an unknown enemy. We later come to know that this enemy is Nazareth and Ainz Ooal Gown, and we later feel that how hopeless the situation is. But I still rooted for the Lizard Man and the Nazareth people. This was a real dilemma because I was watching the story from their perspective, the perspective of Ainz Ooal Gown, but I wanted to support the Lizard Man and their bravery. Okay, and this is the first time the show got political and a little complex. It wasn't a total power fantasy, and we didn't know who to root for in this situation. We knew we wanted the Lizard Man to actually win, but we didn't want them to, we knew it was not possible, and we didn't really want them to beat Ainz or something like that. So this was a real big situation. One problem that every isekai anime faces every now and then is the narrative structure, okay? So the isekai anime is very problematic because there is this format that introduces bad guy beats henchman, bad guy is all powerful, and then the hero comes in, beats him down. Now, how Overlord shifts itself from this trope is the fact that Ainz doesn't fight that many people, and he limits himself all the time. In the first season, okay, that's true that it comes off as that. It falls into that trope. In the very first season, Ainz fights like many guys, and he defeats them with like one-shots. But in first season, the people that he beats are so heinous and so despicable that we want them to be dead. People attacking a village, we want them to have a really bad beating. People who kill innocent adventurers, we want them to have a really good beating. So in the first season, that's not a problem. In the second season, Ainz really doesn't fight anyone. He fights Demigray, but that's just for show. And the people who fight are the knights of the kingdom and everyone else who we actually root for where we actually root for the underdogs to win, and the fights are really close. Definitely, Sebastian is a real character who fights in second season and pretty much one-shots everyone. But then we have the ultimate thing that makes it so good: the character development. Every character in this show has gone through some character development. It's to the point the secondary characters can make a show of their own. I would definitely watch Sebastian roaming around in the city. I could definitely watch Demigray planning and plotting for this ultimate attack. I could watch Albedo maintaining Nazarick for a whole episode. This is such an interesting cast where everyone works off of each other and every character gets development. It's not like isekai anime like Sao, where Kirito is all powerful and he was the only one getting any character development or doing anything at all. Everybody gets a good share of character development where you feel for them, you relate to them, even though you don't see them from their perspective or don't really agree with them. You feel for them, you feel their helplessness, you feel everything, and that's what makes Overlord such a great show.